Hello everybody, Tallara here, and welcome back to Chained Echoes. We find ourselves in the city of Range, Tormund, where we have finally made it after quite a twisting journey. We find ourselves here with Glenn, and he's going to go around and chat with the rest of our companions. We've all been given rooms for the evening, and Lenny is going to speak to her brother at some point. However, from what we've seen of him, I'm not sure if he'll be very conducive to listening. Neither was that kitty. That kitty did not want to listen to me offering to pet it. There's nothing better than sitting here reading a book and drinking a cup of hot tea while the rain falls against the window. Wow, that actually sounds very nice. I have to agree with you, ma'am. That sounds lovely. Steal some stuff in these rooms before we go. None of our companions are here, so they must be out and about. They say the Ascanians like to party, but when it comes to drinking, nobody can beat us. Pickled onions with lots of sugar. The onion liqueur is the hit in Terran. Another shot of onion liqueur! Onion liqueur? I don't know. I guess you can't hate it till you try it, but it doesn't sound that delicious. The constant rainfall and the dark atmosphere take its toll on our spirits. We in Tormund are considered to be particularly melancholic. I can see that. Probably a high rate of depression due to the lack of vitamin D. I feel like Glenn should have picked up a poncho or an umbrella or something. He's just out and about in his t-shirt. Stream of water in Tormund is unremitting. You could use the energy to run engines. Believe it or not, I've already applied for a patent, but thanks to that constant war, I haven't been able to start with production yet. That's a very gloomy city. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to live here. I feel like I'd go crazy. Ooh. Got shimmering garb. Which, actually, we don't have our whole party together, so we'll wait till everyone's back together and then we can see who is best to equip that shimmering garb to. Speaking of our party, I have not seen hide nor hair of any of our friends. They say that the rain is the tears of the gods who pity us. That's dark. Kind of sad. That basically sums up Tormund so far. I know we haven't been here long, but dark and kind of sad is a pretty good descriptor from what I've seen. Maybe this kitty will be more receptive to our pets. Yay! I love you, little orange kitty. My son wants to study, but the taxes are too high. We can't possibly save enough money. If only the war would end. Well, the war is not going to end if the prince has anything to say about it. Just sitting on the bench in the rain. I like all the lily pads that are around the city. Those are kind of nice. Looks like we're getting a check-in on the royal family here. This must be Lenny's and Victor's father. Not Victor, sorry. King Valheim III. Yes, Frederick's father, who has apparently grown ill, hence why Frederick is the ruler right now. Lenny says the fresh air will do you good, father. Now tell me, why did you leave the castle? Where have you been all this time? The walls of this palace were suffocating. I am a princess, not a nun. I set out to look beyond the walls, to see what we've been fighting for all these years. And what did you find? Are you really interested in it? I thought you only care for this war. You portray me as a bloodthirsty warlord, which I am not. Besides, we shouldn't talk like this in front of father. And go and see for yourself what lies over the walls, what people talk about, what they wish and hope for. You know that I told the truth about the banquet, don't you? Of course I believe you that you have seen the demon. You certainly couldn't have noticed everything. I ask again, you know I was telling the truth. And you accept the lie. I accept what Terran needs most. It will be over quickly. Well, at least Frederick's being honest with Lenny about what is really going on here, even though it's obviously not what she wants to hear. At least he respects her enough for that. I guess it will. They give him a few more weeks. It's good that you came back. He can't show it, but I'm sure Father is happy that you're back with us. Father. His hands are so rough. His hands? I remember them tall yet gentle. Loving hands that lifted me up into the sky as a little girl. They're so rough now, like the hands of a knight swinging his sword. But they probably always have been. His hands held the sword more often than his daughter, after all. Alright, well that gave us an interesting glimpse as to what Lenny is up to, spending time with her family. Once the war is over, I'll save up and buy my own house. Best of luck, dude. Magician's belt, ooh. That could be cool. It's the wrong way. Merchants tried to travel from Wernshire to Tormund by foot. Don't they have to go through the flower fields of Perpetua? That's right. That's why he arrived poisoned, blind, mute, and half-paralyzed. By the gods, one should always carry enough remedies. Gosh, that sounds like an awful way to arrive. Looks like we are in the fancy district here. It's huge houses. Who are you? State your business. You have none? Then leave me alone. Busy, as you can probably see. Yeah, sure thing. Sorry, I'm just exploring. Did I think I did a big loop around this place, eh? Yeah, okay. Guess this is not the way. This is a place full of mansions, which Glenn seems very out of place in. No offense, Glenn. Whoa. Why are there so many graves behind this place? Oh, this is the church. That's why. Okay. For a second, I thought this was another mansion, so that would have made that very spooky, but that makes more sense for a church to have a graveyard back. Alright, nothing else awaits us over here, so let's keep exploring. We didn't actually find Lenny, but we at least saw what she's up to, so hopefully we can do the same for the rest of our companions. If we can't, well, we'll just steal stuff from random houses. This is the castle, it looks like. Will they actually let me in here? Surprised no one stopped me yet. Ah. Glenn stopped himself, saying, I wanted to take a look around the city. Alright, Glenn, I didn't know if the city included the castle. Pardon me. The city is huge, I'll give it that much. It may be dreary, but it is very big. Due to the heavy rain, the people of Tormund decided to build an entire city underground. Sounds logical to me. The land is well known for its ores. You only get the hardest and shiniest ones here. This guy is selling ores. We've actually got a ton of money, and we could buy some ores to upgrade our equipment. So I'm gonna buy the tin and the iron ones. Then again, I'll wait to actually do equipment upgrades till we have our whole party back together, but we can at least do the shopping now. With all this rain, you need some good clothes to keep you dry. Okay. Yeah, so they sell a bunch of upgrading equipment. Again, I'm gonna buy the cheaper stuff. Once we have the gang back together, we can see if we can do any upgrading. Those greedy traders, now that we're at war again, they immediately raise the cost of food. That's unfortunately what usually happens. And what do you got? Selling random stuff. Okay. Nothing wrong with random stuff, I guess. Alright, we spent a good amount of money here on miscellaneous upgrade materials. I've heard they'll start giving out coupons again. We're back where we started. What a tragedy. Look at you. You seem to need some upgrades for your equipment. Oh my god, they sell so much stuff here. Okay, I clearly can't afford to buy from each stall. We'll hold off for now. We'll get even with them in Ascania. We've had enough of this everlasting war. Grand Grimoire will crush them all. This really is a whole underground city. Look at this. Now we've got like a restaurant bar. Why are there so many people standing here? They're outraged by food costs. War has just been declared and they're already charging triple the price. Once the king tried to ban alcohol during wartime. We were supposed to concentrate more on killing than on drinking. And it worked, except for the fact that people were killing themselves instead of the enemy. Oh my. It's rather dark. Man, I sure could go for a burger. Well, apparently the burger will be 3 times its regular cost, from what I hear. People are complaining that we raised prices after the war was announced. It's not us who make the prices, it's the demand. How am I supposed to decide what to buy? You actually don't need anything, do you? Well, yeah, but I still want something. I cannot get over how big this underground city is. It's like a whole other city. As if Tormund wasn't big enough on its own. They started building this underground city before the war, which means they started over 150 years ago. They had to stop, though, and never picked it back up. The floors below are unfinished and blocked. Sometimes I wonder how much deeper it goes. Oh, a little tiny doge. We can give some pets. Oh, and a bigger doge! Now we can give more pets! This place is great. Can I help you? Would you like some tea? Or maybe some coffee? Perhaps you would like to use the toilet. Or maybe you want to sleep in my bed? Huh? No? Then why did you barge into my house uninvited, huh? Get lost, you impudent vermin! Wow. I mean, I came in to pet your dog. I didn't want to sleep in your bed. You're the one who asked. I am 100% lost in here, I should have you guys know. It's just so big. We have a map of this area? Oh yeah, we do. Okay. I think I may have explored all of it, actually. We're done here. That was cool. Where do you think this Grand Grimoire comes from? Who cares? It's powerful enough to destroy an entire city. That's enough information for me. Oh, I think this is the Adventurers Guild. You're not a member of the guild, so leave me alone. But I think we can become an adventurer because we have the letter of recommendation. A letter from the Adventurers Guild in Farnsport? Let me see. Ah, wonderful. So you are our newest recruits. Congratulations. Must have been difficult to pass Tormund in these dire times. Don't worry, you can now count on us from here on. We offer you plenty of services. First, you can use our shop. It has some unique items, and you can find plenty of materials to upgrade your equipment. Second, you can get useful hints on how to find certain unique monsters. Third, we will pay you for how many different unique monsters you've defeated. Just speak to me to get your rewards. Happy adventuring! Alright. Hello. So, leaping is leaping no more, eh? I think that's the frog that we killed a long time ago, if you guys remember the purple frog. He was a unique enemy. Whoa! She gave us a lot of stuff! Okay, and then what do you sell? Lots of different stuff. Wow, okay. Oh man, okay, he sells tons of stuff. That's awesome. Do I have a yak horn? I think I do. We can complete the next deal. Maybe not. Yak grass fiber. Yeah, no yak horn. Okay. Either way, glad to have all this at our disposal. We're officially members of the Adventurers Guild. The Adventurers Guild is run mostly by Polko, Lisvin, and Hyones. Look at the fancy feats these guys are having. I can't get around these dudes, but see the big pieces of meat. Not sure if you've noticed, but there are invisible bridges in Tallara. I did not notice that, no. You can find one in the central area and another one in the forest southeast. I wonder who built them. You want to check them out? Oh, there's nothing to find there. I already checked. Unique monsters have special conditions that make them appear. If they still don't appear, make sure to leave and enter the area again. Alright, well, we're definitely going to need to slay as many unique monsters as we can now that we can get rewards for them. You know, we love rewards. Anyway, join the Adventurers Guild, and we still need to find the rest of our gang. Haven't had much luck doing that so far. War is always the top priority everywhere in the world. I mean, which invention do you think first found its way to Tormund? The common umbrella or a sky armor? Shockingly, the sky armor came before the umbrella. Hard to believe, isn't it? It's also the wrong way. According to my map, it looks like one of our companions should be right here. You can see the little marker. Unless that's just making this giant search bubble. Guess it must be. Okay, I gotta be honest, I'm running out of places to look here. I guess we'll have to retrace our steps a little bit. Oh, it's you, Glenn. Did Sir Victor return? Not yet. What are you doing here? Taking in the scenery while the rain has stopped. Still can't believe it. The Grand Grimoire is right under our noses. And? What do you mean, and? That's the reason we're here. We wanted to know more about it. Who had placed it in Wernshire back then? And above all, why? What then? I'm sorry, what do you mean? What do you plan to do with this knowledge? What's this about? You don't know, do you? Know what you want. You want the stone for yourself. I want to change this world. Having such a weapon would be helpful. Even though you know what it is capable of? You find it despicable? The grimoire kills people. This sword here does the same, and yet we wield it every day for our cause. You can wield a sword and choose your targets. The grimoire obliterates everything. Don't get me wrong, every human life is precious to me, but just look back. We're walking on a mountain built of corpses. The blood of many is on our hands. The blood of people who were ready to die for their cause. We do not kill the innocent. If possible, I would not want to use the grimoire. It is much more useful as a scare tactic than a weapon anyway. Enemies will throw their weapons at the mere sound of the name. Remember how our enemies feared the band of the Iron Bull? Do you know the reason why I want to change this world? No. I come from a merchant family. We were quite wealthy, but since dealing with money is frowned upon where I come from, we were not very influential. We had a big house, servants, always clean clothes, and enough food, but all this did not protect us from the world outside. My younger sister went out riding one day, and the horse went wild. It raced through half the city until it finally stumbled in the harbor district, fell to the ground, and broke its leg. My sister sought help in an area that even in broad daylight was visited only by scoundrels. Weak and completely on her own, she could not defend herself when they came for her. Dozens of men threw themselves on her, one after the other. Elian. Our butler found her in a gutter hours later. She had fallen into a coma. I was so angry that I rode into the harbor that same evening to look for the culprits. But who was I supposed to find? Half the neighborhood had taken advantage of her. Sorry to hear that. I haven't seen her for years, but from letters my parents send me, I know she is still sleeping. Glenn, I was a very liberal person whose greatest role model was Alfred of the Band of the White Dragon. A man who achieved fame with his mercenaries and at one point was as powerful as the armies of the greatest kingdoms. Since he came from the common folks, he tried to abolish the royal houses and establish democracy. I wanted to be like him, and after the incident with my sister, even more so. I could have felt anger for the common rabble, but I did not. I did not want to fight the lower class, but rather the causes that made them this way. I set myself the goal that if my sister ever woke up from her coma, she would look into a new world. A better world that I created with my own hands, and for that I must make use of different means. Like the Grand Grimoire. Like the Grand Grimoire. The first thing your sister will see when she wakes up is not the beautiful world you have created, but the monster her brother has become. Don't worry, we'll never get to that stone anyway. These are just empty words, Glenn. Wow, that was an extremely, extremely sad story. Glenn says, I think I have some time until Sir Victor returns. I wonder how Lenny is feeling. His day has been hard on her. Maybe I can pay her a visit. That is, if they let me into the castle. Well, let's go try. We are grateful that you brought Her Highness back. Prince Frederick hasn't been himself after she vanished. Now that the princess is back, I'm going to make an extra effort to keep the palace in good shape. Look, you dropped all the good dishes! Don't think because you've just returned that I'm going to handle you with kid gloves. You'll make up for all the work you've missed. Do you understand? Answer me. What kind of behavior is this? I hope you remember your status. Here at court, by order of His Majesty the King, you have no more rights than a common servant. Yes. I'm sorry. What are you staring at? Begone! Watch your tongue. He is the princess's guest. Apologize! Sorry. Wow. So different to see Rob act like this. Clearly he's had a way tougher life than people think. He explained that the whole reason he acted like this is because his father is a duke and he rebelled against the king, so as punishment, they sent him here as a ward. Basically a slave. Hey, and here's Lenny. Wow, looks like she likes to paint. Who goes? What are you doing here? Is it about the reward? My brother will take care of it tomorrow. No, I'm just here to visit you and see how you're doing. You are? This is kind of you. Thank you. I had no idea you were so interested in art, and so talented, too. It's nothing but a pointless pastime. They all show the same motif, a huge tree on a flying island. What is this place? A place I have to go to. That you have to go to? It might sound silly, but it follows me in my dreams. It appears in my mind's eye and wants me to visit it. I don't know where it is, though. I see it in memories that are not mine. I try to capture it on paper to get an answer, but it doesn't seem to work. Your echo, then. My echo? Remember how Danebird explained to us that after death, the soul leaves the body and dissolves into the maelstrom? My mother once told me sometimes the soul doesn't completely dissolve. If these remnants flow into a new living being, it is possible that one keeps memories of the previous life. You mean to tell me this place in the paintings is an echo from my previous life? Maybe. This place could have been your home. Wonder if I had a better life then. I know I shouldn't complain. People are suffering all over the realm, and here I am protected from all that. But still I'm so unhappy. It makes me feel ashamed. I think everyone has their own problems to deal with. I don't think you can weigh that. I wish I wasn't born a princess. Tell me, Glenn, why do these rooms here feel so much tighter than anywhere else? Her eyes are so cold when she talks to me. Yet with him... This boy seems pretty close to the princess. You do not look pleased. Sir Gawain. He is one of their companions. An interesting boy, I must say. He's the only one who did not want gold as a reward. What then? Information about the Grand Grimoire. Who would voluntarily forgo a reward in gold? Is he a spy? A rather simple-minded one when he asks us directly to our faces about the grimoire. We should take care of him, but not in the princess's presence. While you're at it, deal with the whole troop. As you command. General Godfrey has returned, by the way. Very good. Start the procedure immediately. I will, after the general has sobered up. Do not wait too long. We must not give Ascania too much time. Gosh, Frederick really is low-key evil, hey? He's gonna take out all of his sister's friends just because he feels threatened? Anyway, back to Keelian. I can do without curves. They're unnecessary. Oh, come on. They're the most deadly weapons of all. That depends on where you use them. Where? What does that have to do with anything? Well, your katana with a curved blade is suitable for slash attacks that can cause a deep cut. They are not suitable for thrust attacks. However, if every soldier in Valandis is running around in heavy armor, a thrust is more effective than a slash, making the greatsword superior to the katana. In Valandis, for all I care, they still live in the past. Plate armor is on the retreat. The only thing that justifiably wears such armor nowadays is a sky armor. And believe me, you do not want to face them with a greatsword. I saw him! Sir Victor's coming! You act like a kid waiting for his presents, Glenn. Well, I do hope he brings the reward. I'm already getting gray hair. Prince Frederick said we'll be giving it tomorrow. Sir Victor! Shy, shy, shy. There you all are. Whoa! This is supposed to be the best inn in town? You got screwed. The ale tastes like piss. Who is this little bunny? Chipmunk. Whatever this thing is. Barkeeper! Amber ale! Ah! Disgusting. This bland, watery aroma. One more! No, wait. Bring me 3, right now. It's going down like water. Who is this guy? A good friend and the real reason why I'm in Volandis. This is Cameron, a scientist at the court of Terran. And this one here is Bethraz, also a friend of mine who helps me out with the more dangerous stuff. Oh, look who it is! It's a familiar face. It's you! What are you doing here? Oh, you know each other? Looks like you made it to Tormund. We're surprised. We? If your goal was Tormund anyway, why didn't you accompany me till the end, huh? You do remember that we're working for money. If you can't pay us, why should we act as your bodyguards? Is that all you can think of? Hope you have deep pockets, Sir Victor. Like Sienna's any different. Anyway, he will accompany me through Volandis. Can we focus on the main topic? Of course. I'm sorry that I didn't tell you about this before, but the real reason I'm in Volandis is the Grand Grimoire. And I'm here telling you this because we need your help. Victor, are you sure this is a good idea? Sure, they might be experienced fighters, but we can find others in the Adventurers Guild. I trust them. Doesn't mean that we have to explain everything to them. We need their muscles, not their brains. Cameron, what's this all about now? I explained it to you earlier, and you agreed to it. Now, don't keep us in suspense. Alright, alright. I will take the time to answer your questions, at least while these cups are still full. Uh-oh. Someone is outside that window. Cameron is responsible for the Grand Grimoire and has been studying it for several years. Nasty thing. Contains endless secrets and has tremendous destructive power. You've seen what it is capable of, which is why Cameron and I want to destroy it. You want to destroy the Grimoire? The Grand Grimoire is the weapon of the gods. No man should ever hold it in their hands. We must destroy it before more lives are lost. I will help you. Glenn, wait for their explanation first. And keep your voices low. If anyone finds out about this, we'll be hanging from the gallows. So what do you want to know about? What exactly is the Grand Grimoire? It's the more powerful version of an ordinary grimoire. These gems are able to store and release energy. They can be found in old geological layers, generally formed in places with high ether deposits. The largest grimoire found in nature is as big as a thumb. However, the Grand Grimoire is the size of a fist. We do not believe that it was created naturally. Someone created it. We do not know, but a similar stone is mentioned in the history of the 5th Epoch. The gods used it as a weapon to destroy entire regions and to initiate the apocalypse. Luckily, they refrained from doing so that we humans are still alive in the 7th Epoch. Exactly, but we are not here for history lessons. Do you have any further questions? Where did the stone come from? In old texts of the 5th Epoch, it is briefly referred to as the weapon of the gods, but then it is no longer mentioned. Until about 5 years ago, the stone laid in Terran's treasure chamber. There it was kept as a mere piece of jewelry, until Gawain discovered its potential. Gawain? He was also in the throne room, the man with the white hair and different colored eyes. Gawain is the prince's advisor and a colleague of Cameron. He's also an old acquaintance of mine. We both studied in Nisa. So this man is an R. Unfortunately, he does not share Cameron's concern for the stone's power. He's trying to use it for this war as effectively as possible. We ran experiments with the stone 5 years ago. Its power was frightening. I spoke out against its use, but the king and the council were unanimously against me. And then, well, then that happened with Wernshire. Why was the stone there? Terran had defeated Dravos and taken the city. The place was crawling with their own soldiers. Honestly, I don't know why the prince kept it there, and what he intended to do with it. Now the stone is back in Tormund, and will be used in the upcoming battle. This is certain? Yes, preparations are being made right now. Well, finally. How do we destroy it? This is the problem. We don't know. The Grand Grimoire is used by smashing it. This triggers a tremendous explosion. Only in a radius of 3 meters around the stone, nothing happens, in order to protect the user. That's why Keelian and I survived the explosion. Afterwards, the gemstone reassembles itself and can be used again, which means you cannot destroy it in any normal way. If that is all your questions. Now it just so happens that a few weeks ago I made a little progress, and therefore called Victor to Valandis. The royal house keeps a list of all the gifts that are given to the king on various occasions. On such a list, I actually found the rainbow-colored grimoire. A monk named Nalkabur from the Kindreld Monastery brought it as a gift more than 50 years ago. This monk is probably no longer alive, but the monastery still exists. And that's where you come in. You plan to go there and want us to accompany you? Exactly. The monastery is located in the east and has been abandoned for decades. Instead of monks, there are now monsters living there, and we need some capable adventurers to protect us from them. All the while, you're searching for information about the Grand Grimoire and this Nalkabur? Yes, information such as where did the stone come from, and how did it come into the possession of this monk. You might even find a way to destroy it. We'll help you. You do not need to pay us. Hey, speak for yourself. The stone's not my concern. Without a reward, I ain't lifting a finger. That reasoning sounds familiar. But why are you telling us all this? Don't you put yourself in danger by sharing such explosive information? I do not understand this either. I have my reasons. I just can't name them. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter. Thanks to your trust, you have gained a new comrade in arms. Let me help you. What was that? I swear I saw someone outside of the window. Speak of the devil. Stop! You there! At the table! What is it? Drop your weapons and surrender. You are under arrest. What? For what reason? You should know it too well, spies! There must be a misunderstanding. Do you know who you are talking to? The gallows await. Move, now! Looks like we'll have to fight our way out. I haven't even finished my ale. Oh boy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the crew is back together. We've got a plan, however. Someone was eavesdropping on us, and now the guards are involved. We're gonna need to fight our way out of here, and then probably escape this city, too. We'll call it a day here now for today's episode of Chained Echoes, but hopefully I'll see you guys back here again real soon, and we're gonna have to, like I said, fight our way out of here.